Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this bag handle. So the materials we need chipboard. You can get anything that is solid enough for the handle. I prefer to use this. You can get this from where they sell plumbing materials and all of that. That's where I got mine. It's more like a pipe, or not really pipe, a hose. They call it hose, and it comes in different sizes. So I think this is the smallest size. So I'm going to be using this. I have my Ankara print, my ruler, scissors, my Evo stick, pen, measuring tape, and of course my sewing machine. For the sewing machine, you can use a flatbed sewing machine or a cylinder bed machine. So now the first thing to do is to cut out your chipboard. The measurement I have here, the width is 2 inches. From here to this place is 2 inches. The length from here to this place is 13.5 inches. The bag hose I'm going to be using is 10.5 inches. So the first thing we need to do is to take note of the midpoint of the width. The midpoint of the width is 1 inch. So I marked that 1 inch here, and I marked that 1 inch here. Then you come to the length. Now we are trying to get this curve shape, right? So what you need to do, you can come down by 1.5 inches, depending on how wide you want it to be. I like mine small, so I'm working with 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches here, 1.5 inches here, and 1.5 inches here. This is what we are trying to achieve. So once you marked out your 1.5 inch as well as the midpoint, which is 1 inch, all you have to do is to connect. You are going to connect this place, that from the 1.5 inch, you are going to connect it down to the midpoint, and you're going to do the same thing for the other side. So once you've done that, just take a ruler and you mark the midpoint. You connect the midpoint together. Connect the midpoint together. It should look like this. The reason why I measured this straight line here is because we are going to be placing the host at the center. Okay, now you remember the measurement we have here is 1.5 inches, and the measurement we have here is 1.5 inches, which means you're going to have something like this. Let me just connect it. You're going to have something like this. You're going to be placing the hose somewhere here. Can you see that? So this is what it's going to look like. This is where you're going to be placing the hose. Okay, so now before we proceed, the next thing we are going to do is to cut off the excesses. We are going to cut this place out. We are going to cut this part out. So let's do that. So now we've cut it off. Okay, so I had to transfer this line I measured here. I had to transfer the line to the other side of the chipboard. Now the next thing we are going to do, you take your African print. Now you are going to place a Evo stick on this part of the chipboard, the shining part of the chipboard. This is the dull part of the chipboard. So you are going to be placing it here. You are going to apply gum round. So after applying the gum, you are going to wait for it to dry. You place it here like this. Ensure that there's allowance on every part of the chipboard. You can see that I left allowance. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to apply gum round, and you wait for it to dry. So while we are waiting for it to dry, you can also apply gum on the host, because we are going to be placing it at the center line. So now while we are waiting for the hose to dry, we are going to quickly fold the edges to the chipboard. I'm just going to cut off all this excess because we won't be needing them. So now we are going to fold the edges like this. And just fold. Make sure you don't fold the chipboard. Just concentrate on the exact shape of the chipboard. Okay. Fold the other side as well. So now I'm done folding it. You can see. Next thing we are going to do, we are going to apply gum again because of the place we just folded. So we are going to quickly apply a gum again. Just preferably on the edges, just focus on the edges. Okay, preferably on the edges. And careful so the gum doesn't get to the edge of the Ankara. So now we are going to wait for it to dry. So now before placing the hose at the center line, there's something I normally do. I take my Ankara fabric and I place it like half an inch after this line. Can you see what I'm, let me read it up. Half an inch, which is somewhere here from this line. Just watch what I'm doing. I just place it like this. On both sides. On both sides. After doing that, I turn it to the other side and I carefully trim this out. We start cutting the chipboard. As time goes on, you will understand why I did this. So you are going to do the same thing for the other side as well. Guys, this is it. So now I'm going to take the hose, which is this. I'm going to pull this part of the Ankara. I'm going to raise it up a little bit. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm going to raise it up a little bit and I'm going to place the hose from this marking. After that, I'm going to cover it up back. Next, I'm going to place this to connect with the other side. But before I get to the extreme end, I'm going to raise this place up and do the same thing I did for the other side. Once you raise it up, you just place it here like this. You raise your Ankara up as well, then you place it down and cover it up. So this is just how it's going to be. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to apply gum again. To apply gum again because I'm going to be closing it like this. Let me quickly apply gum off camera from this end, from this place here where the hose stopped. You apply it straight down. So now I've applied gum. The next thing I'm going to do is to close it up. Just close it up. Make sure it's aligned well with each other. One shouldn't be longer than the other. It should be equal. You can clip it. Yeah, you can clip it so you don't make mistake. So you can see how neat the edges are. keep going, keep going, keep going until you get to this point. Just keep going. Now, do you see why I use Ankara to cover this plate? If I had not used Ankara to cover this plate, it means the chipboard would be showing from this side, yeah, which wouldn't be nice. If you bend the bag over, you'll be seeing white chipboard. It doesn't look professional. So it's best to use Ankara or even a velvet, that's the lining of the bag, to cover this plate. So once you've achieved this, the next thing you need to do is to take it to your sewing machine, using a flatbed sewing machine or a cylinder bed sewing machine. Cylinder bed would make this work very neat, but it's fine if you don't have a cylinder bed machine. You can use a flatbed machine. So you take it to your sewing machine. Now from this point here, don't over sew it to make sure the piping is still showing from this side. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. So just leave like half an inch away from the original measurement, half an inch away from the original measurement. Then you start sewing down and stop here, leaving the same half an inch from the initial measurement. So guys, you can see I've sewn it already, and this is what the finished look like. You can see why I prefer to use a pipe, water pipe, than the normal bag hose. It gives it that curve shape without making it bent. Okay, so now this is what it should look like. So on your bag, all you have to do is place it like this. Can you see what I'm doing? All you have to do is place it like this. You can pin it down, or you can use the gum, whichever one is convenient for you. You pin it down to the bag. Okay, let me use this as an illustration. You pin it down to the bag. Take your measurement, pin it down to the bag. Can you see what I'm doing? Then you sew from here all the way round. Sew from here all the way around, and your bag handle is ready, and we are done. So thank you so much guys for watching my video. Remember to like, comment, share this video with your friends, family and loved ones, and please, if you have any question regarding this DIY, please drop it in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Thank you. Do have a great week.